Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final show of 2025 that we're recording on the first week of 2026, the day before
Don't worry about
before
it.
before Wrestle Kingdom. Um, we're talking about AEW Worlds End 2025. I'm Kallum. I'm joined by my co-host Bex, and we've met in
Hello.
person now. We went to
We
AEW
have.
Manchester together.
What a
Um,
delightful little time that was.
what a great show!
Yeah.
If you're listening, Tony, next time tell me it's going to be 4 hours so I can make plans rather than having to
He
leave an hour
love
before the show ends.
he loves to make it 4 hours on a whim. Like just loves to do that.
I I get you love the movie Time Cop, but
But come on now. There's only
not
so
everyone
much
has
time
time travel
copying you can
powers.
do. It would be nice.
That
It
should be a
must.
bonus episode. We should watch Time Cop. That's
We
such
should
a
watch Time
stupid
Cop.
idea.
We should watch Time Cop. This one's for you, Tony Khan. Big up.
Yeah. Um yeah, great show. Saw some Continental Classic matches.
Sure
Somebody
did.
got to see their close personal friend Kris Statlander.
We love my close personal friend Kris Statlander. Big up AEW staff for being lovely and helpful and very pleasant all around. Love them.
Yeah.
What
But
a what a little group of people.
great show. I deeply apologise to the people I was sat next to because despite being up in the benches quite far away, I was loud all night. I didn't
Oh, I
stop
was like,
screaming and shouting all night.
so I was annoyed that everyone kept getting quiet for women's matches. So I was like, right, okay, increase the fucking thing. It's my job, I guess. Um, so that Mercedes Open Challenge, I think I became the most insufferable person in that room because I was like, well, someone has to make this crowd hot single handedly, and I guess it's gonna be me. But also, the guys in front of me were very drunk at that point, so got into it with me. And then when Alex won, the guy in front of me started screaming and like turned around and like grabbed me to like hug me and jump up and down. And I was like, hell yeah, man, love this for you.
I also made a concerted effort to keep the noise up during the women's matches, but I will say
Exactly.
this. I think it's really difficult to chant Isla Dawn's name.
Oh yeah, it is.
I, I was
Yes.
like,
I've yeah. Like look. Did I want to root for Jamie? Yes, I like Jamie a lot actually. Big up Miss Hayter, but also Isla's a Scot like me. But I was like, Isla. Unfortunately, Jamie's name is much easier to chant, and
yeah,
therefore I
because
have to root her.
Isla is a really weird thing to do in a wrestling chant because it's like Isla, Isla. It doesn't sound right. You end up saying
No,
Isla, and it's like
yeah,
I was just sat there going, I really want to make noise in this match, but I don't know how to other than to go woo,
feel
ooh,
I
boo,
feel
woo.
like Isla's has one of those names that you need to do the Isla Dawn to get
Yeah,
anything like going properly, because otherwise
yeah,
it's like there's too many moving parts in that name for that to sound good.
yeah. But yeah, amazing time watching it live, and I can't wait for them to come back to Manchester and do the UK more. I'll be there every time I can. Um,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
let's
catch me at all in, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'm trying this here. I've got a job, people. I've got a real job.
A
I've
real
got a
job.
little bit of a job. I can save up. I can buy tickets to All In. I can go down to
Oh,
London. It'll be great.
I'm
Um,
not gonna lie, I was really scared they were gonna announce that tickets for All In were going on sale at the end of the Manchester show. And I'm like, please don't, it's nearly Christmas. I do not have the financial capability.
I need them to wait a couple of months. I need them to wait till at
Exactly.
least I don't know the month after March because I've worked for a month in March, and
Yeah.
then I can start thinking about All In. Um, so
Yes,
we're
World's
here to
End.
talk about World's End 2025 from Chicago or just outside of Chicago.
Yes.
Um, and uh, this show, I will make no excuses, is my favorite show. Possibly, it's my favorite show of the year. It might be my top three that AEW have ever done. And
Wild.
it's not even that like I think that basically one of these matches is my favorite match I've seen in ages and possibly
Okay.
beats my favorite match that AEW put on in the past.
Okay.
And then I think it's just so solid. Like, no match was I looking at going, I don't want this here. I don't want to watch this. This could be better elsewhere. I know that for other people, some of them could go. But I was like,
Yeah.
this is all great, all variety, great diversity in matches. I'd watch this again and again and again.
Yeah, I think the highs of other pay-per-views were a lot higher for me, but this for me is one of their most like tight, consistent shows. Which I think it depends what you're looking for. Like the highs of All In, much higher. There were points at All In where I felt like I had been hunted personally, which is delightful, love that feeling. But the lows of All In much lower than here. This was like steady the whole way through, which really valuable when you're running a long show like that, I think.
It was tight, which is something that we can all say that AEW shows usually aren't. They're a little bit flabby. Then we go on for a bit long. And like, I was on like an hour delay, so I had to stay up an extra hour to watch this. And I got to the end of the penultimate match and went. I got to the penultimate match and went, I'm going to watch this, and then I'm going to go to sleep and watch the main event the next day. But I watched the penultimate match and went, well, I'm awake now.
Might as well just watch it.
Might as well watch the main event. So there was a pre-show. I didn't watch it.
I did watch it. It was fine. It was perfectly serviceable.
We had Sisters of Sin versus Haya and Maya. Hyan and Maya?
Hyan and Maya World. Who, after this match, both got their All Elite graphic, which is lovely news. Hyan has been such like a steady hand in the indies for so long. Like, I'm genuinely surprised she's never been signed before. So I think she's going to be great. Maya World has just been like absolute powerhouse in the indies right now. Like, came out swinging and honestly has already wrestled half of the AEW women's roster on the indies. So she's going to have a great time too. And it seems like they're styling them as a tag team, which will be helpful because that women's tag division is not huge at the minute. So a little bit
still
of
bigger than most other promotions, apart from Stardom.
That is true. But it's nice to have a little bit of depth there. Yeah. Look, the match was fine. I'm having a real experience right now where I just need Julia Hart to get in a training ring for a bit. Like, I just like, I'm sorry to her. I'm sorry, right? Okay. It's really hard for me. I like her. I think she has aura. She's got a great entrance. She looks cool. I need her to take a back bump. I need her to learn to run the ropes.
She clearly loves it and wants to do well. And we want her to do well. And we like her.
If I'm being charitable, I do think she got injured a while back and it's not her confidence and she simply is not doing what she needs to do to improve. So she's kind of playing it safe a lot, which like is fine and understandable. But unfortunately, the only way to not be scared of things is to do them lots. And I think she would benefit from doing them lots, not on television, because that's also scary. So
what we're saying, Julia Hart, is you're personally invited by Bex to Scotland to train with Bex.
I'm not that good, but I'll hit you a bunch. You can take some back bumps and we'll see where we go, you know? Like, you know, it's fine. She's fine. But also, I think there's a real chance they'll get put in contention for tag team goals soon, and I would like to see her be a little bit cleaner in ring before they do that.
Before they get the belts. Yeah. It's like the Guns, right? When the Guns won the tag belts, they weren't ready to win the tag belts.
Yeah. Which, like, it's fine because obviously, like, that is not the situation right now. Babes of Wrath have the tag belts, but I'm just like, I can imagine they will get a run with them eventually. So I would like that ring work to be.
Especially if Thekla wins the belt.
Well, exactly. And also, right, peace and love. If the Sisters of Sin get tag gold before Thekla touches singles gold, I will have a problem. Because she is the best wrestler in that faction. And it would be crazy work to give them tag gold before she gets even like a TBS run. Like, it doesn't need to be the big one, but she should have a belt before they do. Yeah. But I digress. Match is fine. Hyan and Maya are wonderful. I'm glad to have them on board.
Got Eddie Kingston
Eddie
versus
Kingston.
Zach Gibson of the Grizzled Young Vets. This is a Kallum match. I need to go back and watch this.
GYV. Yeah, good match. Return of Ortiz there, so I assume he'll be kicking about for Eddie to partner with.
I love how Eddie is just the bride that never gets the gold. He's just going around getting new partners, going, "Hey, does anyone want to be a partner with me? Anyone want to be a partner with me? Anyone want to be a partner with me? You gonna turn heel?
Last time
you
he
gonna leave
tried Hook, so maybe this will go better than that. We have to assume.
Well, out of one of Santana and Ortiz, one of them will eventually get a good run at something.
Yeah.
Masca Dorada and Bandido versus the Don Callis family of Mark Davis and Rocky Romero had a tag match.
Yep, perfectly good. Dorada and Bandido, lovely little team. I love watching them. Like, I love a flippy boy. I love Bandido. I think he has a very strong case for, like, male wrestler of the year in 2025. Like, just absolutely star-making year for him. So good. Don Callis family were fine here. Like, Davis is fine, Romero is fine, but like I was here for my flippy boys.
It's the Don Callis C team.
Yes. Which, like, understandable because all of the rest of them are in the main card for reasons that are very important.
And finally, there was a oh god, this is 8-man eliminator tag. There we go. Jet Speed, and Jurassic Express versus versus Josh Alexander and The Demand.
Yes. So Ricochet and
Bishop Khan and Toliona.
Which, like, yeah, fine. Again, fine.
They function.
Yeah, perfectly serviceable. The fact that match went the longest in the pre-show card, crazy work. But I digress. Perfectly fine. Set up an angle they just did on Dynamite there. Luchasaurus is injured, so like Ricochet took him out of action. So fine, serviceable. Did what it needed to do. All good. Can't complain. Perfectly average pre-show.
Yeah. And then we're moving on to the main card. And we start with 2 back-to-back C2
absolute bangers.
Absolute bangers. The semi-final between Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Yep. Which I thought was very good. I think it is very obvious they held stuff in the tank for when they do the big blowout match. Because this was their first singles and very clearly laying the groundwork for Takeshita leaving the Don Callis family.
It was a lot of teasing, they were edging me basically to go, we're going to get a good match out of them at some point. But unfortunately, the world means that we can't beat Okada because he's about to go and beat Tanahashi in his final match. And we can't beat Takeshita clean because he's the IGPW Heavyweight Champion. So we're going to do some
screwy finish here. Of which some people I saw were really harsh on. I get it, like, the C2 is kind of predicated in there shouldn't be screwy finishes like this. But, like you say, Okada's about to go and beat Tanahashi clean, presumably to retire him. Takeshita's the WGP champ. Like, they just had no clean out of that.
I think it plays into the larger story between the two of them because it shows that, like, Don Callis either placed it there for Kyle in the next match or Okada, but didn't tell Tanosuke. So it actually pushes the story for 3 different characters and Don Callis.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I understand why people were a little on it, but I don't disagree. Like, so the finish is that there's a screwdriver hidden in one of the turnbuckles, and Okada takes it to hit Takeshita with and get the win that way. Which, yeah, like, the way I read it is that it was hidden there for Fletcher to use. Specifically as well because Fletcher in the next match here faces Mox, and it is a lot more in character for them to believe that Mox is quite possibly also hiding a weapon, given his predilection to a fork.
Yeah.
So I think in my head it makes sense that that was put there for in case of emergency for Kyle. Okada chooses to use it and then very notably keeps it and then hides under the ring and doesn't tell anyone else that that's where it is.
What would also help this is if the referee hadn't been seeing the whole thing.
Oh, Paul Turner, mate, I'm so sorry, but what was that? Like, he did just stand and watch it and then last minute do this.
On! It's your job to distract the ref! You were there on commentary!
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big, Don Callis is pretty good at his job, but this time...
It's like, I assume Don Callis couldn't because it would have gotten the C2 match thrown out because he would have been interfering from Ryan's side. But I think, so watching it back a couple of times, I think what had happened was they had potentially missed the spot where someone had knocked into the referee.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I assume what had to happen was they were tussling or whatever, and someone had to go into the ref so the ref could sell it back into the corner. The screwdriver comes into play, and as the ref comes back around, Okada's tucking it away. But they missed that spot, and then no one did anything. And they just went to the screwdriver finish. So
also, he tucks it in his pants. I'm not tucking a screwdriver in my pants.
Absolutely not. I know he has less options as to where he can put it. The guys could put it down their shirt or whatever.
That's just...
I know.
I know that wrestlers have secret compartments in their trunks.
Yes.
MJF's diamond out ring until this year has always been in his pants. But a screwdriver's still gonna poke through your pocket.
I know.
I just had many concerns. I just had because I watched him do it. He does it for quite a while because he's trying not to stab himself.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought the match was good. I came away thinking they are very clearly holding the full match in the tank for when Takeshita turns face and leaves the Don Callis family, which is coming. Oh boy, it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming, and I'm excited for when this match finally hits. And I think in terms of okay, it's a disappointing match because I was jizzing in the pants thinking about what this could be, and then I watched it and went, oh, it's just set up for the real one that's coming. But in terms of the pay-per-view, it tells a story that Okada is being slow and methodical because he's he's got to wrestle again tonight, and it ties into the next match, which we'll move on to because it's the match of the year.
It's the match of the night. Quite possibly of the year, but definitely of the night. What a match.
This is my match of the year. I don't think anything comes close to how good this fucking match was.
This is I think this breaks my top 3. It would quite possibly be a shoe-in for top match of the year if it wasn't for the fact that the Hollywood ending was 2025.
For sure. I've always said that Hollywood ending could have gone another 5 minutes. And this went...
I feel like they bled just a little too much for it to go another 5 minutes. Toni would have been dead on her feet. But yes, Mox Fletcher, what a match. I'm really high on both these guys generally. I think they're both very, very good. This was the match that God, how long did it even run?
22 minutes.
Yeah. It ran 22 minutes, and then around sort of minute 14, I caught myself sitting there flapping my hands going, I love wrestling, I love wrestling, I love wrestling.
What was brilliant about this match? So, Moxley's entire storyline since he lost the belt is he's a fucking coward and he's tapping out to everyone. He lost to Cool Kyle twice. And no one loses to Cool Kyle twice. He suffered in the C2. He only just got to his score barely. Yes. So he's been collapsing. And honestly, he's been collapsing since when he attacked Danielson. I think this is the larger story. He attacked Danielson out of insecurity. That's why Moxley did it. That's what his entire run has been about. That's why he kept on having the Death Riders run in and cause a DQ or help him win the belt. It's because he's insecure and he projects that onto AEW. And since losing the belt, he's had to prove himself. He's had to go back into the fucking depths and fight and fight and fight. And he's rediscovered what it is.
Yeah, the C2 especially, because he can't have the Death Riders come and help him anymore. Like, that is no longer an option. So he flounders. He flounders the whole way through the start of the C2 because he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know who he is. He's forgotten how to do this. And then somewhere around the middle, losing all those times, he wakes up and thinks, I could do this before, I need to just do it again. And he remembers that he can wrestle on his own 2 feet. He doesn't need other people there. Like, this is what he does. Like, he doesn't need them.
And Kyle, overconfident, arsehole. We love him. He's fucking good at wrestling, and he knows it.
Yeah.
But he comes into this match and he knows Moxley's weakness, and Moxley's weakness is submissions. He's been fucking failing at tapping out of submissions, or just can't deal with them at the moment. And it could be the insecurity, it could be the injuries built up over this time. The fact the man has never gone on holiday, despite all the times that Renee's like, Renee is going, listen, John, can we please take that holiday now? I really want to go on holiday.
No. He's like, no, I have to wrestle Kyle O'Reilly again. And she's like, okay.
I have to win the belt again because somebody had a fight backstage. And
the ace of the division, God bless him.
And so, like, Kyle comes into this match. He's brutal. He's strategic. He starts taking those submissions, keeps on reapplying them and reapplying them, replaying them. There's a little bit of showboating. And that's what costs him every time.
There's a little bit of showboating. And also, Fletcher, for the most part, is like such an all-rounder. Like, he can kind of do it all, right? Like, he hits hard, he can ascend those ropes, he can do all the high-flying moves, he can, like, hit a plunder match like anybody else. There are no chinks in his armor until you see him put on those submissions and you're like, oh, you're not great at these. Like, you're arrogant because you think they'll win you the match, but, like, he struggles to get them in the right position. He can't quite, like, get the torque right for a lot of them. And this is not a reflection on the skill of Kyle Fletcher, the wrestler. This is the kayfabe of Kyle Fletcher, right? And the kayfabe of it, he's like, well, I don't need the submissions because I beat them all the other ways. And then he does need the submissions and it costs him because he just can't quite get it. He overextends in the ankle locks. It opens up his head for Mox to take control of it. Like,
Moxley refuses to give up. He's going to win the C2. And you know what? The crowd believed him.
It is
so many.
It's the babyface turn of the year. It is so beautiful. Like, this man was committing domestic terrorism for the start of this year, and now whole crowds are chanting his name.
He killed Bryan Danielson, the best wrestler in the world, and I was cheering for him.
Oh my god! And also, like, he killed Bryan Danielson in that building. That is the venue that he killed Danielson in. And everyone stood up there and chanted for him to win the C2. It's beautiful. Oh, Jon Moxley, the man that you are. Like, truly.
He pushed through. He kept on resisting, kept on finding a way out. And then he finally got the choke in. And
it's also, like, so my favorite thing about this is, like, it is very clearly not a strict, like, face turn. He is still with the Death Riders. All the Death Riders are still working heel. I'm fascinated to see where that's going. But bit by bit, you can see him changing the way he wrestles. He's wrestling like a babyface, right? He's working from, like, underneath. He's got the fighting spirit going. He's not going to give up. But more than that, the bully chokes are gone. He's not doing the bully choke, he's doing a rear naked, because a rear naked is a lot more of a fucking fighting from underneath and this is the option I have, whereas a bully choke is arrogant and aggressive and whatever. It's like, yeah, whatever. A rear naked is, oh, this is what I've got and this is what we need. It's so good. He's, never have I seen a man have such a strong case for best and worst wrestler of the year. No one
I know,
like
right?
him.
He is transformed from the beginning of the
Oh,
year where everyone hated him and it was pure go away heat.
yeah.
And eventually that worked. That worked with the Hangman story.
Yeah, yeah.
And then since he lost the belt, he's been the most interesting character in men's wrestling. Like, and
I
this,
blame Adam Copeland, and I mean that so severely. This
he
is all
just,
Cope's fault.
you know what was also great about the show? Adam Copeland didn't show up.
Like, I genuinely think, because like I think the Mox Swerve feud was like, the match wasn't great, but there was interesting things in the feud. So it was like, you could have like kind of handled that as, it's, you know, the chemistry wasn't right at the time, it just wasn't a great match, whatever, fine. The Mox Cope stuff was so egregiously bad that no one could overlook it, and I genuinely think a lot of it was on Cope. I genuinely think so.
I think this is like the thing that a lot of people have been kind of coming to the conclusion of is that like back when he was at the Fed, his last year was really, or his last 2 years are really shite. And everyone's like, well, that's just WWE booking. And he came into AEW and he's been shite the whole time. You're like, it's just he can't go anymore. He's not Christian
Yeah.
Cage.
He can't quite anymore. And then based on like, so I revisited a lot of the Death Rider stuff because I wasn't here for the start of it, and I love them. That's my terrible family. So I watched all of the shit stuff as well. Like I watched Mox Cope live because it was on Revolution, but like I didn't care about Jon Moxley at that point in my life. Uh, but when I rewatched it, I was like, Cope doesn't understand the story they're telling, and like he just has no interest in understanding it, and that's like hurting this. And also, like, if I'm Mox, why would I give a shit? If my opponent clearly does not care about the story I'm telling, I would simply stop caring too. Like, what? Fine, whatever, I guess. Which,
I
like,
think
I don't know.
I think that's
But
what's
yeah,
compelling about the guy is he
yeah,
cares so fucking
so
much.
much,
And he
so
believes
much.
the kayfabe between like Moxley and John are like, oh, it's wavy, wiggly lines. Like, as he comes out for this match, he passes Renee.
Yeah.
Because they did this weird thing where Renee was ringside for the
Oh, I kind
C2
of like
things.
it.
I
Yeah, I
I think
like
they
it.
should keep that presentation. It's cool.
It's really cool.
Um,
Like, I don't think they should do it all the time, but I think it's a really fun, like, boots on the ground, like, roving
for
reporter
main
Renee.
events or like the C2,
Yeah,
it's like really cool.
really good.
Um, yeah. But yeah, fucking this match is better than my favorite match, which is the MJF Adam Cole match.
It's just, it's so good. And it's one of those things of like, it's good all the way through, but it's one of those matches that gains momentum throughout. So you hit that final stretch, you're like, oh my god, oh my god. Like every near fall has you going, every like moment. Oh, it's just, it's a masterclass in pacing for a match.
And like it's story driven and it's good wrestling. It's the thing that apparently doesn't exist in AEW, but it exists and it's here
This is
and
it.
it's a fucking masterclass.
Oh, it's so good. And like, okay, I know everyone got mad about that bump Fletcher took from the ropes where he like it looks like he lands on his head. Um, do I want to see people doing that every week? No. Do I trust Kyle Fletcher to do it once? Yes. Like Kyle Fletcher is an incredible athlete with incredible body control and awareness. Like
A
I
lot of my
absolutely
notes
believe.
are, oh my god, I think people are dead because they take those neck bumps. And like there's a
Yeah,
lot of like really Weagle said something, but
yeah,
Omega's response is the perfect response. It's like, yeah,
yeah.
he's just concerned about us. It's not like
It's
tribalism.
like
Like
it's fine.
I
I
get it.
think people were annoyed that it was timed right after World's End, which, like, yeah, fine, I get it. But it's also like, look, if you were trying to aim at someone, do you really think William Regal doesn't have Jon Moxley's phone number? Like, if he was really like,
People loved him when he was at AEW. Everyone likes the
like I
guy.
liked Regal. Like, I don't know what he's doing now, but like, I liked Regal at AEW, so
He's
like,
head
it's
of
fine.
talent
I
relations
understand.
in WWE or
Well,
talent scouting.
well, um, like I understand the concern. I understand why people were peeved at the timing, but everyone just needs to calm down. Like it's fine. Um
We,
yeah, like I
and
say,
people need to stop making neck bumps so I don't have to shit myself every 5 minutes during a match.
exactly. Like I say, I trust Kyle Fletcher to take that once in a big marquee match because
Him,
it's Kyle
him and
Fletcher.
Ospreay do it all the time.
Yeah, Ospreay shouldn't. To be clear, he should stop doing those now. But Kyle's taking one here where like you can't like it's one of those ones when you slow it down, you can see he puts his hand down and his hand takes it first, and then he like rolls over the
Bumples
neck and
into it.
shoulders.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad as it looks. Do not start doing that every week. That's not good for you, and it's
You've
so
heard
easy
it
to
here.
go
If you
wrong.
need someone to take neck bumps, Bex is your lady.
No, I will take a high angle back bump, and that's as much as you're getting out. I will take one high angle German suplex and nothing else. But yeah, like it's fine. It's about prolonging your career. It's about prolonging your quality of life. I get it. Looked sick as hell though.
It does like.
Like, unfortunately, the truth of it is, looked really fucking good.
Listen, Sabu's life was effed up his whole life, but it did look really fucking cool.
Look, I trust Kyle Fletcher to know his body. Maybe I shouldn't, but it's simply not my business.
So all this leads into that now the final for the C2 is Okada, the guy who hasn't lost it since he's took part, and the best tournament wrestler in the world, and the man who's about to go and main event Wrestle Kingdom against Jon Moxley, the man we fucking hate, who just turned face.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and it's also like, just want a baby face turn. Like I cannot get over it. I cannot get over it.
This like
it's so good.
Apparently, the thing that's changed in 2025 compared to every other year is that at some point this year, Tony Khan took the book back and has been booking it all himself. And I've been always going, that's always a bad idea. It seems like you can't do that much. But if this is Tony Khan working at his full capacity,
well, it's
could you book
like,
my life, please?
This is in the middle of football season. Like, he's running the Jags at the same time as this.
Don't get it.
As a side note, it won't happen. But could you imagine the absolute insane tear of a run we would get if the Jags won the Super Bowl? Tony Khan would just be booking anything for a laugh, like, hell yeah,
the Jags like, look at all this money we're going to earn. And then Tony Khan's like, yes, all this money I can pump into AEW.
Yes, I can hire so many of my favourite wrestlers and just make them do matches for me.
I'm going to run a C2 all year.
This is the thing, like, even when I think Tony Khan's booking is shite, and I quite frequently do, every so often he'll book a match that's so out of pocket that I'm like, you've just booked a match you wanted to see this week, haven't you? And that I respect, because sometimes you just gotta do something that's just for fun. That's just a treat for you.
Yeah. So next up, we got the FTR versus Bang Bang Gang rematch for the tag titles.
Yeah.
We saw the first one live at Cardiff, and live in Manchester, and I went, right, this is gonna be my loo break. And so I realized it was gonna be the main event, and I went, oh fuck, I can't have the loo break in the main event, so I've got to go through the casino battle royal.
Yeah, fair.
And I went to the toilet, and I got back, and it was over. So I don't know what happened in that match. Apparently nothing. So
nothing. Yeah.
This was surprisingly good in Manchester. I felt I was like, actually, this is really good. I don't know where the Bang Bang Gang have been. I don't know who's in it right now, but I do know I liked it.
Who is in it right now? It's one of the Guns, whichever one isn't injured.
It's Austin Gunn,
I think. Juice and Ace Austin is also there. Yes, because they have two Austins. Because I'm always like, we have to establish we have to do all first names or all surnames, because we can't do a mix and match, because then you'll say Austin and I'll go, which one?
Yeah, so this was a bit of a plunder match because it was a Chicago street fight. And basically it was 17 minutes of FTR putting them over in defeat.
Yeah. It was fine.
Juice Robinson had a fucking whale of a time being the guy who wasn't taken out, and they made him look like $1 million. And you're like, what did Jay White ever do to you people? Because like, since he came into AEW, he has been treated like a joke and lost to Daddy Ass in a singles match. and
Yeah.
MJF with one leg. But Juice Robinson, fucking best. Fuck, this guy's amazing, isn't he? I mean, he is. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
great
he
guy.
is.
And I Austin Gunn's improved so much, and like I am now into the Bang Bang Gang as a group, thanks to like their performances this year
Yeah.
and these 2 title matches. But I'm like, what did Jay ever do, friend?
I'm hoping we see Jay back soon. I know he was out with, he broke his hand in a match. He was out with that, and then also like had been dealing with his shoulder injury. So I think he decided while he was out to get surgery on that too. So I think he's just like out for a bit while he's recovering all of that. So hopefully we see him back soon, because the people really like Switchblade Jay White. I would like to see him back. I think very fondly about that shot of Marina putting him in mother's milk. I
Yeah,
think about it often. Beautiful. Bring that back.
yeah, this match was really solid. For the most part, they take Austin out, and it's Juice by
Yeah.
himself,
Yeah.
fighting off against both FTR members. And it
Yeah.
just like even when Austin gets back in, FTR are just the best tag team in AEW. Like that's just how they're presented. There's only one person who can beat them.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
there's only one person who can beat them, and his name is Copeland.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what we're leading
Christian
to,
will also be there.
Christian will also be there, but it will be Copeland beating them. Yeah, that is what we're leading to. It's like, sure, whatever. Like, if Copeland has to take up a belt for a last like run here, taking up the tag belts is fine.
And then they'll fucking lose it in a freeway, and he won't get pinned. That's
the syndicate of it all.
They'll have, you know what they'll do though? They'll have a ladder match. They'll have a three-way ladder match to reference TLC, and they just won't. They won't get pinned. That's how it will end.
Yep.
I'm calling it now. Prove me wrong, Tony.
No, I believe it. Yeah, it was all right. I can't really complain. However, it did give me the scariest bump of the entire night, and that's Stokely on the table.
Oh, I've just remembered it. Oh,
but it's so funny. Like Stokely, my comedy king, I fear.
So,
like, ostensibly, what's meant to happen is he's on the ring apron and he was holding the ropes. And was it Juice? I think.
Juice pushes him off.
Came out with a chair and like hit him in like the sort of the gut with it to push him off.
Yeah, so Stokely comes in with the chair behind the ref's back. Well, it doesn't really matter because it's a Chicago street fight, but he comes in, Juice catches it, takes it off, and then shoves him in the stomach. And it's meant to just have him fall backwards. But for some reason...
fall back onto the table. And presumably the table breaks and he goes through the table and Stokes through a table. But I don't know if he like throws himself off the apron too aggressively, or if there was more force in the hit than they meant. I don't know what happens, but Stokely goes flying and just like skates off the table,
just flies over it and smashes into the nurse desk,
and then just very quietly the table tips on top of it.
That was the funniest bit.
It was the best. Because he very clearly like clipped it with his hand as he went over it, so it just was enough to just slowly tip it onto him. I genuinely missed the like next 3 spots of the match because I was crying. I was like, this is the funniest thing Stokely's ever done.
But he looked dead because he hits the like corner of the announce table, which looks lethal. And like,
this man really hurt.
He's a manager, so he knows how to take bumps, but he's not a wrestler. And like he's had, I think, a match in AEW, but like he's had a couple because he was part of the Kris Statlander, Willow Nightingale bollocks.
Because Willow was with Ishii.
It looked bad. It looked but also the funniest thing you've ever seen.
Sorry, I was looking to see if Stokely had any other matches. He's had more than you think, which crazy. Like Hook defeated him in a no DQ match once, which crazy. Anyway, what I was going to say was Kris and Stokely Hathaway defeat Kid Like Us 2 and Nina Samuels. That's a crazy match, and also there's no situation.
That's Cardiff. I watched that match.
I ran less than a minute.
Yeah, I saw it live. I was really excited for Nia Samuels. I was like losing my mind over Nia Samuels, and then she just lost it. Oh, Oh,
Love you,
fuck.
big Nina Samuels woman that you are. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yes, it was genuinely one of my favourite bumps of the night because it made me cry laughing.
We got another tag match next.
Yes.
The women's first defense, the Babes of Wrath,
Yeah.
Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale are champions against Mercedes Moné and Athena.
That's the one. Yep.
Shortest match on the card. Oh, it's not.
Yep.
Oh, it's not.
No,
Wow, it's not.
no.
That's mad.
Yeah. The next one goes slightly shorter, and then the mixed nuts is also shorter.
This was really good, though. This is
a really good first showing. I mean, it's Mercedes and Athena, man. Like, you're never gonna. You'd have
Athena's
to go
so
to have a
fucking
bad
good.
match. Athena is so good. She's so good. So, my concern is that they were very clearly setting up for an Athena Mercedes feud here. And I wonder if that's going to happen now, given that Mercedes now has less capital to put on the line for a feud like that. I mean, they could make it non-title, but, you know.
Do you think Athena might lose all her belts and then win the RH Women's Champion off Athena?
I mean, maybe, but I think when Mercedes loses all her belts,
She's going to get the world
title.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think that's the natural conclusion of that story of, like, you can't win the big one because you're too busy. Your focus is split. You're trying to do too many things. So she has to lose it all, and then she can get the big one, which, like, makes perfect sense. But I'm just like, I would like for there to be a little Mercedes Athena in here.
There's incredible reversal spots in this match where Athena just like flips out of
so
people's
good.
moves, and then
Athena's
she keeps
the
flipping out of them.
coolest.
It's like, give her the
She's
belt.
the coolest.
Give her all the
genuinely
belts.
coolest.
I just love her.
I do want her to have an alternate finish because the old face makes me worry for her tailbone. But that's her business.
The O-face is the worst name for a move ever.
It's very funny. And also it looks so good every time. She makes it look so lethal. But yeah, Babes of Wrath obviously win here because they weren't going to lose in their first defense.
Well, Willow pins Monet, which is important.
Pins Mercedes, which is very important and also delightful for me, someone who loves Mercedes and also wants to see her suffer every day of her life. She's having a terrible time.
Monet is my women's wrestler of the year. I think she's been so good all year. She's had fantastic matches. She puts everyone over. I know that the reports are doesn't put anyone over. That's if you watch the matches, that's just not true.
Like, look, again, I love her, but she's bumping for Harley Cameron like she's in the ring with Toyota.
You make Harley Cameron look like $1 million in this. She looks better than Willow does in this match. Like, that's my one complaint about the Babes of Wrath is that sometimes they go, we love Harley Cameron, but we do know she's not as good as Willow.
Yes, which, fine. You know what? Fine. Harley is improving very quickly, and, like, that's... Everyone has to do that. And it's crazy to put the tag belts in someone where, like, one of them is not great in ring, but Willow is so great in ring that it's fine. You can kind of smooth over it. But Harley looks great here because Mercedes makes her look great.
And because
like Mercedes is so generous with her opponents. Like they're both Mercedes Athena as a tag team is so lethal. Like if they actually like kayfabe liked each other, they would be unstoppable. But unfortunately, they don't like each other at all. So we have this situation where Willow pins Mercedes and Athena is furious.
Yeah. Listen, this was great. Put one of these on every pay-per-view. Put a TBS match and a women's match. You can do 3, Toni. And you technically did 3 this time. You technically had 3 women's matches on this card.
I fear we won't get that now, given that we have a double champion again.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I was like, no, don't double dab, no.
Like
amazing.
Again,
but
amazing.
Also
correct call. That is who should have the TBS. But we're now in a situation where we're gonna be 2 women's titles matches in every pay-per-view until she drops one of them.
They'll just keep defending the TBS on TV, and it makes sense. The TBS is a TV belt.
It's a TV belt. I do get it, but I'm also like, put it on the pay-per-view. If the TNT is going in the pay-per-view, although I suppose the TNT wasn't on the pay-per-view.
Who's got the TNT belt?
Mark Briscoe.
He's still got it. Okay.
Yeah, he does still have it.
Because
to be fair,
we
he's
now
not
have 4
fucking
mid-card
defending it.
titles.
He's not defending it, so But the men can afford to not defend their mid-card titles because they've got like 12 of them, so it doesn't really matter.
We
which
have
one
too
gets
many
defended.
belts, boys. We fixed it. We took it down, and then you broke them up again, Tony. Listen,
And also added another one.
I think that this Moxley storyline is one of the best stories. Like this show's storyline is one of the best of the year.
Why did we bother unifying the titles? Why did we bother?
Why did you unify the titles if you can?
We can't get into it. Anyway, women's tag match, very good. Glad to see Babes of Wrath defend here.
Next up, we have what I called the Bex anti-special.
This was
2 people that Bex couldn't care less about.
This was the match that they announced that they did all the promo packages for, and I sat there and watched it and went, don't care. And like, it's also I love hardcore matches. I love to watch people bleed. So I was like, well, we'll see. I sat there and within like 4 minutes of this match, glazed over, did not care. Couldn't care less. Don't know what happened. No, both of them bled.
They bled a lot. It was very difficult to try and get pictures for this. I couldn't find a picture without blood. I had to choose the one with the least amount of blood.
Just hope for the best.
And hope for the best. This is Darby Allin beating Gabe Kidd, and it does its job. It's a nice little hardcore match. It doesn't go too long. It's more of Gabe Kidd being Gabe Kidd, which I'm a big fan of, even though I get that he's very much the Marmite of men.
Yes.
He's
not for me.
Yeah. He's like a shit version of Jon. He's like Jon Moxley you got on Temu, but from the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of is that.
I think I have like a lot of nostalgia for him as a UK wrestler going, this guy was ours.
Yeah, that's fair. Darby Allin, I also don't care for. I don't mind watching him if he's being thrown around by other wrestlers that I like, but unfortunately, I don't care about either of these men, so therefore I just could not. I was all like, yeah.
But don't you know he climbed Everest?
Oh, for fuck's sake. He's still fucking yapping on about it. Even after this match, I'm like, Darby, man, we know, like.
I think he lost a couple of brain cells going up from the oxygen deprivation, and he's just come back down again. Everest.
And you're like, okay, Darby, whatever you say.
He'll be in the old people's home. He won't make it that long, but like, he's in the old people's home going, did you know I climbed Everest?
All the folks around him with dementia, like, yeah, Darby, you told us this already. We remember
How's about that time you teamed with Sting? That sounds really good. Did you know I climbed Everest? Sting didn't climb Everest.
Like, it's whatever. Does what it needed to do. Every card needs a piss break match. This was mine. Goodbye.
So then we got what is listed here as a mixed nuts mayhem match.
Yeah.
Timeless Toni Storm versus Roderick Strong and the conglomeration of Mark Briscoe and Orange Cassidy versus the Death Raiders.
Conglomerating.
Yeah.
Roddy
the Death Raiders
not conglomerating.
Not conglomerating. Yeah. No, he didn't get his own title, Tron, did he? No, he didn't.
No.
Son of a bitch didn't do it, did he? Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, Rita Euler, and Marina Shafir had a 4-way match that just broke down into an intergender match.
And it was beautiful. And I'm so glad it did.
When the intergender stuff started happening with both, it got really good. I think they took Toni out early and she disappeared for about half the match. And you were like, where the fuck is Toni Storm? I'm here for Toni Storm. She's just dead.
Like, where did she... I don't know what happened, because like I noticed her disappear and then she didn't come back for a bit, and I was like, huh. So then stuff was happening in the ring and I'm looking around ringside and I'm like, where the fuck is Toni gone? Where has she actually gone? I can only assume she was like against like a barricade.
She was there. She was on the floor in the lower left corner for a long time. Got back up and then was waiting for her spot. So what I think they were trying to do, and this is my only justification for it, I think they were trying to justify
Yeah.
having her take bumps in by putting Marina Shafir over so much in the match, so that then when
Yeah.
Tony entered, like the work had been done to like set up like this is a kind of thing we're doing, get the audience ready
Yeah.
for it, so that when Tony could come in, it all felt natural as
I
part of the like,
yeah, I
that's what I
guess
think their
because
thinking
like
was.
because everyone is kind of very used to seeing the men hit Marina. Like that doesn't really phase them anymore. Um which is very funny. Like it really is the men's division and Marina is here. Like that's fine. Because like Marina's taken like a house call, she's taken a one-winged angel, she's taken uh what's Jay White's finish? The Blade Runner. Like she's taking a whole but she's taking a buckshot. Like she does not care.
Yeah.
She'll take any bump from any man. And everyone is kind of on board with that. Like people cheered when Hangman put her through a table. Like they are fine with
Yeah.
people doing violence to Marina. So yeah, I think there was a chance that Marina took a lot of those early bumps so that when Tony took the bumps off the men, it felt, oh, okay, this doesn't feel unfair.
I think like they had to wipe out the men enough that when Tony got in, she was the only option, so the men couldn't come and save her, and then
Yeah.
like she could take the swing, and
All of it was kind of worth it to see Tony take a giant swing off Claudio. Like that rocked. That did rock.
it was
I will
great.
give them that. Like
Um,
they were setting it up, and I was like, they're not gonna, and then they did, and I was like, yeah, let's go.
really, it's the easiest move to take.
Like all she has to do is like Beast One
All you gotta
hold
do is
her own neck.
and some core strength. Actually, it's probably a great workout.
Yeah, it's probably a great workout. And also, that's one of those moves that I know if I was taking, I would be laughing. Like, that looks really fun.
It would destroy me. I cannot deal with going round and round. I'd just throw up
I
halfway
think
through
it'd
and
be,
onto Claudio. Also,
I think
someone
it'd be
should.
really
But I
fun.
know it's a stupid WWE spot, but someone should throw up on Claudio halfway through doing it one day. It'd be a fucking great spot.
But like, for the most part, I really like this match. I thought going into it, I was going to hate it, right? Because do I have the energy to get into this? Yeah, okay, let's go. So my issue with this, in particular, is they set this up as a singles feud between Tony and Marina, spinning out of probably the ending of Blood and Guts, right? Because Marina was the one that nearly killed Mina. And then they did that Mina Marina match. Try saying that 10 times fast. Too many women in this division with M names that sound the same. Please stop it. But they did Mina and Marina. And then Tony made the save and Marina killed her instantly. And then they did that promo, and Marina cut a very good promo that I really, really liked. Tony cut a responding promo, and then they put them in an 8-man tag match where they kind of when you watch the video package, you notice it is mostly those two, and then they just kind of chuck in some conglomeration bollocks. So it sort of felt like a weird way to go about this story when like the obvious answer here was to do a Tony Marina singles. And I love her dearly, but I understand not wanting to give Marina a high profile singles match on a pay-per-view. Because like I think she is a lot better than she was and she's consistent now. But I just don't get why we wouldn't even if we kept this match, why we wouldn't then spin it straight into a singles, because they still haven't done that, and I'm really afraid they're not going to pull the trigger on it.
It's because, Bex, you're missing the true goal of this. Mina versus Orange Cassidy for the marriage of Toni Storm.
So the other issue is I hate this storyline. Like I just don't get it. Like I think the dancing spot they do here like is very
It's fun.
cute. Like
Yeah.
it's very fun, and it got like a huge pop. It went crazy viral. It was good. I really liked it. I liked their little spot where like she spun Mina around and then she picked up Orange and spun Orange around. Cute. My issue then comes with the fact that they've just run the exact same match on Dynamite with like the exact same spots. They did the dancing spot again, and it looked worse the second time round. And I just worry they're using this as a way to chase a viral moment rather than pay off the storyline that they were originally telling. And I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because it's not finished yet, and there is a chance we still get that singles match. We still get a valuable payoff to this. But I'm just like, It's one of those things of like, in isolation, I thought this match was really, really fun. I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they did like a lot of the intergender spots, the giant swing. Oh my god, Roddy chopped Marina in the back so severely.
He did a backbreaker to her on fucking Dynamite.
And everyone like cheered for it. Everyone was like,
listen, you can do whatever you want. It's your foreplay. Just don't put it on television.
Very funny though. And so I was really glad for all of that. So like in isolation, I really love this match. I'm just slightly worried for how the payoff of that story goes. But there's time yet, and it could go all right.
I also have a bit concerns about the Orange Cassidy element of it. But every time it's been like, well, Mina came out immediately and Toni kissed her on the spot. And then on Dynamite, she's like, he's not my type.
Yeah, like I'm not super worried about it. I do think it's a really weird beat to give to Mina though. Like,
yeah, I think they're moving towards splitting them up before they win the tag belts, which is weird.
I actually think you should split them up. Like, I do think that I do think Toni should be a singles wrestler as much as this is very fun. Like, quite frankly, you don't need to divorce them. They just can't tag. Like, that is my take on that.
This would make a much more sense if Mariah May was still existing and not losing the belt by accident on fucking NXT.
But unfortunately, Mariah May's dead, so we have to move on.
Mariah May's dead. Shame about that.
She's buried. Shame.
She's dead for 4 years. She'll be back. Yeah. She'll be fucking back in 4 years. I'll tell you that much.
She might well be. I just think it's a really weird beat to give to Mina in particular, because like, why are you jealous of this when arguably for months Toni's been doing all sorts of bollocks with every other woman in the division? Like,
she just doesn't like, you know what? She just doesn't like men. And you know what, Mina? Good on you. Yeah, I think you're right. Enough, Mina is right to be a misandrist.
You know what? Fair enough. If the beat here is Mina goes, you can go with any of the other women, but I don't want you near a man, I would be like, fair play, actually. You know what?
I can play with when it's the other ladies, I can get involved, but I just can't be with men.
I don't want this. But it's just like she's jealous of Toni and Orange dancing, and it's like, okay, is it the dancing? Because if it's the dancing you have a problem with, you also have to fight Alex Windsor. If it's the implication that they like have a thing, then like she's been stripping with Kris Statlander, her and Mercedes are kissing every time they're in a ring together. Like, can we be consistent? This is a weird beat and a weird story to tell. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
What we should do is we should write a very concerned letter to RJ.
Yes.
We miss AEW, but more importantly, this story doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense for us, RJ.
Make it make sense. But we'll see how it goes. But peace and love. Just because your men's mid-card is flopping doesn't mean you have to make Toni carry it for you.
that is the ultimate thing. It's like, okay, we've got too many mid-card things. We need everything to stay hot. We need something for the conglomeration to do because we're not actually going to do anything with them. What's hot right now? It's Toni Storm. We'll put the conglomeration with Toni Storm. There we go.
Have just given Toni the men's mid-card and gone, make people care about this. And she's like,
listen, if we get a Toni Storm and Ishii segment, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
Like, that's the thing. Like, inherently, I don't actually have a problem with Toni pissing about doing bollocks in like the men's and women's mid-card because I think it's quite funny. Like, she can do whatever she wants forever. But if she's in the men's mid-card, you simply cannot make her have a romance with them because why would you do that?
She should win the TNT title.
She should win the TNT. You know what? Give Toni Storm the TNT title. You know what? Let Toni Storm beat Ricochet for the national title. Let Toni Storm fight Jon Moxley.
Toni Storm in the C2 next year.
Make the C2 intergender. If you're not going to give the women a C2 of their own, just make it intergender.
Just have Monet in one bracket and Toni in the other. And have the final be Toni versus
because we need the Toni Mercedes trilogy, because we have the Kris Mercedes trilogy, and my girls.
And we can have an Eddie Kingston versus Toni Storm match.
That's what we need. That's what the people need. Like, I just need it.
We can have Moxley in the semi-final against Mercedes Moné.
A Mox Mercedes match that makes no sense to me.
Let us book AEW, Tony. Take a year off. We got this.
Take a year off, man. We got it. Don't worry about it. So yes, fun match. Giant swing spot was one of my favorites. I also enjoy seeing Roddy and Marina killing each other. We'll see how the story goes before I have a hard decision on whether I think this was a mistake.
I think that's a big thing about this card, is that a lot of it was like either the self-contained story or setting future things up.
Yeah.
And like a lot of it's exciting, but a lot of it you're gonna go, well, let's see how it all pays off. Yeah. But it was a great way to end the year by going, look, here's all this new stuff. Let's go.
Yeah.
So next up, we had Kris Statlander versus Jamie Hayter for the AEW Women's World Championship in a very good match. The build to this hasn't been stellar, but the match itself had a point to prove, and it fucking slapped.
Which, like, an ongoing issue, I think, with the women's division is that their builds are getting cut off at the knees a lot of the time. And it's quite hard to feel like it's not, like, an excuse for them to not main event a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it is what it is. But I mean, it's Kris Statlander and Jamie Hayter. Like,
I think it's also like Toni Storm. Like, it's like Tony Khan isn't that into women's wrestling as much as he is to everything else, and he just doesn't know what to do with them. And I think like he doesn't give them the time. Like, Collision is a great show if you want to watch AEW's women's wrestlers, because they put them on Collision and they let them just do what they want, and it's really good. Like, one of the big things I've been hearing this year is that, like, where's the story for the women's All Blood and Guts match? Where's the story for this? Like, it's on Collision. Like, that women's Blood and Guts match was set up all year on Collision.
Yeah, absolutely. That women's Blood and Guts match was set up like leagues ahead of the men's. Like, everyone saw Blood and Guts coming for the women long before they saw it for the men. And it is, Collision is their show in that sense. I think, as much as I understand why he's like, we've benefited this year from having less people in the room and less voices, blah, blah, blah. If you are not interested in booking women's wrestling, you should have someone to book the women's division.
Yeah. Give them a time slot, say this is how many segments you get, and then let them just roll with it.
Like, even if you want to keep Dynamite as like your A show and have that be like sort of focused on the men, do like a 70-30 split for the men to the women in Dynamite, and then do a 70-30 split for the women in Collision. Like, it's not like a brand split, we're not doing that, but like, have them have equal time just distributed differently across the 2 weekly shows, you know? And then just let someone else book it, because it feels like an afterthought at the minute. And like,
give them
the talent,
time to develop the characters, because that's the big thing, is that like the reason that Toni Storm works and why Toni Storm is so over is it's a really entertaining idea, but you gave it time. It did not work in its first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks of it are really weird and don't work.
Yeah.
And it only took the entire like first half of the year when she was doing it to get it over. When Mariah May enters that storyline, it gets good. Like,
and also when Toni remembers that she can actually wrestle.
Yeah, that's important.
Like, there was a period of time there where she was like 2 in the character and she forgot that she could wrestle, and then Azumi comes in and she's like, "Fuck, I have to actually wrestle because I forgot." And because, like, the thing is, things that are going to get over with people are big swings, and big swings are very rarely going to be right immediately. There's teething problems, there's time you have to give, and you have to give them the time. So if you're not interested, give them to someone that are. Like, give them to someone that is interested and will let them do things, and like, will give them that opportunity, and stop relegating your women to backstage segments.
I don't know who Kris Statlander is
I
as
don't
a
know who
character on AEW television.
I love Kris. I love Kris. I
But
think she's like one of the most consistent in-ring performers they
yeah,
have. She's so good. She should not move the way that she does for someone who
excellent
tore
match.
both ACLs.
Yeah,
But as a character, like I assume at the minute they're trying to do some sort of synthesis of her original alien gimmick and then who she was when she was like back from that, when she was like after she turned heel. But like
it's just nothing. It's presentation, but the presentation is a really confusing jacket. Sorry, I know it's completely off topic. What the fuck was that coat? I don't know what it was. It was just a big white thing. It looked like she'd taken like, you know, like when you do painting in a house and you've got all that stuff you put on the floor. It's like she just wrapped it up and wore it as a coat.
She keeps wearing really weird jackets, and it's sort of giving like June Part 3. Like
that's what I think it's meant to be.
Yeah, but the thing is, I kind of hate them. Like, I love her so much. I love her gear. She needs to get rid of those fuck ass jackets. I hate them.
Like,
anyway,
you should tell your close personal friend next time we see these jackets. What's going on?
Kris, babe, you have to stop wearing the jackets. I can't be doing with them. And like, and it's also a thing of like, okay, so she's styling herself as like this cosmic killer. Sure, fine. As a like title as a tag, sounds pretty cool. What does that mean? Who are you? What is your drive? What is your motivation? We don't know because you don't get time to speak, and when you do get time to speak, it's in pre-recorded backstage segments.
Yeah, and it needs to be more weird. I think she needs to either go super weird or super like she needs to be a monster, and just like it's deadly silent and like going like
someone in this match should have turned heel. Yeah. And like a heel turn when you have the belt is probably risky. So like I understand them not doing it with Kris. Jamie Hayter should be a heel right now.
She should be, because Hayter has a character and like it, and it's she wants the fucking belt back.
Yeah, and Hayter had motivation. And like that was like the very loose storyline going into that match, was that Jamie felt like she'd been screwed out of the belt. She deserved it back. She deserved a shot at it. Blah blah blah. Fine, perfectly serviceable wrestling storyline for a match. They got no time to sell it, and Jamie should have been heel. Like when she hit Kris with that Haterade by accident, and then just shrugged and took the belt, and then they still went in and wrestled that as a face-to-face match. Why are you not a heel?
I kind of like that. I do like that. Well, what am I gonna do?
I liked it a lot because, like, quite frankly, that's her opponent. Why does she care if she's just her? Like, but it's also like that is not a babyface thing to do. Like,
yeah,
Jamie, you're kind of an asshole. Like,
she's an asshole, and she should be cheeky. Like, I would love to see cheeky asshole Jamie Hayter.
The absolute pinnacle of heel Jamie Hayter is when she was a heel in Eve, and she was a nasty little bitch. And she was delightful, and she was mean, and she hated everyone, and she's a very good heel. I don't understand why we didn't do it. I also still don't understand why Tekla wasn't there.
Well, because she's probably the next feud.
I know she's up next, but I'm just like, I don't understand why we did all the bollocks of them attacking people backstage to slide Jamie in first.
However, if Tekla wins it,
yeah,
transitional champ Kris Statlander.
Yeah. Like if Tekla wins it, then Sadie's beats her almost to be not immediately, but very quickly.
She'll beat her All In.
Yeah, so like
All Out, 1 or 2.
Which like I don't mind, because like Tekla is new and just getting like a little short run with the belt would do a lot of good for her. But I would be sad because I like her. But yeah, like the match was very good. There again, some crazy spots in that match. Oh my god, they were laying lariats in each other.
Main event wrestling this was a brawling main event match. They went out and went, we deserve more.
It was so good.
They let the women wrestle.
Yeah. Also, Kris posted a clip of Jamie absolutely like dropping her. It was like, my neck's fine. Thanks everyone for asking. She's like, no one cares about me, I guess, but my neck's alright.
Yeah, that's
But yeah, excellent little match. This is the thing, like the talent in the AEW women's locker room is very, very, very good. Like it is so good. They wrestle at such a high standard. They're all so talented. They all work so hard. I just need them to have the creative to back it up.
just give them a C2. You understand
Just
how
give them a
tournament
C2.
wrestling works. Give them a fucking C2. You can tell
Well,
the
I
stories
think-
you told this year.
I think as well that's why a lot of people bounced off the tag tournament. Is like so many of those first round tag team matches ended with screwy finishes, with interference, with run-ins, with DQs, with whatever. And it's like, well, you're undermining your own tournament because it's no longer tournament wrestling. Like, it's just one of those things. And it's like, no, I don't necessarily think the solution is just to give them everything that the men have and hope that it works the same way. But I'm like, okay, if you don't want to give them a C2, give them their own tournament that's styled differently.
Like it can be smaller. It can have maybe just one bracket. Like because you've
just
got
one bracket, you could have different rules. Like it doesn't really matter, but give them something that's theirs.
Just let them wrestle and tell stories through the ring if you don't want to give them segments, right? Because they all wrestle really good matches. Like, yes, there is some undercooked talent on the roster. That's why you've got a tag division. But like, there are some. Monet is one of the best wrestlers on the planet right now.
Wrestlers in the world.
Jamie Hayter and Kris Statlander are fucking fantastic in the ring.
Yeah.
Beckler's brilliant. Megan Bain's pretty good when you put her in the right matchup. You've also got Hikaru Shida still signed to your company, if you don't remember this, and she's fucking excellent.
I don't know what's going on with her. I think, to be fair, I think she got locked in like visa issues for a while, and like
she also just likes being in Japan. And
which like
she does Japanese live action theater shows that are like
so like that probably takes up some time. So like I get it, but I'm also like
Rio's in your division. Yuka Nakazawa, who they never ever finished off the fact that Yuka turned on Rio, and I'm still mad about it 5 years later.
Genuinely mad. Like you have the talent, you have the depth of your division. Why are you not using it? And I know the answer is because you're not interested. Then you have to give it to someone who is, because you do. The talent is there. It's just so evident that the creative is undercooked.
And if you don't trust RJ, get Brian in. Brian and RJ as the head of the women's. Or Kenny.
And it's also just like one of your biggest moments of the last year was a storyline between two women that you spent months telling, and everyone loved it. Why did you not learn from that lesson and go, people want this?
Like, the lesson to learn is not Mariah May's a fucking traitor and I should never trust a woman again. The lesson should be, this was really good.
The lesson to learn is also not Toni Storm will fix any problem if I just throw her at it hard enough. Like, no, like she will. But like, that is not what you should take away from that. What you should take away from that is that people want storytelling in their division the same way they want storytelling in the men's division. Yeah. Like, it's just so frustrating because you see the glimmers of it and you think it's going to be something, and then they somehow manage to fumble it, cut it off at the knees, cool it off. Like, I go back all the time to like, so before like we get into it, I understand that there's no way in hell Toni and Mercedes were ever going to main event All In when Hangman was winning that belt off Mox. Like, that was the right call to have.
We've been shouting at him all year. The Hollywood ending shouldn't have main evented, and he knows it now. You can tell he knows.
The Hollywood ending should absolutely have main evented. But it's also like, going into that Toni Mercedes feud, those opening segments, those like the first face-to-face, the couple of times they like did promo battles and whatever, went so hot on social media. Like, people were really into it. And then he cut the build to Mercedes sitting ringside or whatever bollocks. Yeah, like it just completely cooled it off, and it was to stop people asking them to main event. And quite frankly, they still shouldn't have main evented, Hangman holding that belt should have been the last shot of All In. That is correct. That was the
You
correct call.
advertise
But
dual main
why?
events all the fucking time. Just put them
Yeah.
on before the main event.
But why do you deliberately cool off the builds to women's matches so that you can justify not putting them in a better spot in the card? Because that's what happens. And like once or twice, sure, but like you see it as a pattern now, and I'm like, just give them to someone who cares. Oh my god. I'll do it. Just give me them. I'll do that.
We'll do it, Tony. We'll do it for free.
Just give me the book. I'll just do it. It'll be
just
fine.
pay for my accommodation and buses, and I'll live in the bus.
I know, and it's also like, I just think they should get like their own things. I was really glad they got Blood and Guts. I was annoyed they then put a men's Blood and Guts on the same show because it's like you don't trust the women to stand on their own. I would love to see them do a C2, but more than that, I would love them to have a tournament that's just for them. Okay, the men get the C2, fine. Give the women a tournament of their own. Like, I don't, just give them something, man.
Yeah.
Like, just give them something. You're wasting some of your best talent.
Yeah. And you keep on suppressing the ones that you're like, well, they're doing really well in ROH, and I've got nothing for ROH. So yeah. Athena, stay there. Stay there. I'll come back to you when someone else takes over ROH. And then 4 years later. Sorry, Athena, I'm still trying to figure it out.
I'm still figuring that out. But yeah. Also, like, the crowd hurt this match a little, I think. Like, this was the
they
match
didn't know who to cheer for, though. That's the problem, isn't it? Because there was no dynamic.
They also started doing weird football chants in the middle. Yeah. Piss off. Stop that.
Yeah, I guess it's Jamie, though. Like, it's them trying to be British.
I know, but like, it's not related. It's like in the New Year's Dynamite, the crowd started a Boston Sucks chant. Fine, Mercedes is from Boston. That makes sense. You're harassing her. But why are you chanting for your own football team in a match where
is that who they were chanting for? I didn't realise that.
Yeah, they were, I think. Yeah, why are you chanting about your own football team when one of them is English and one of them is from Long Island? Please.
Too many Long Island champs, that's what I say.
I know. Three Long Island champs. Crazy work from Tony Khan. He just loves Long Island.
Well, we'll move on.
That was my
somehow we found a thing not to like about this pay-per-view, but it really wasn't about the pay-per-view or the match. It was what to do with the rest of it.
The match was wonderful.
Yeah.
Like, they really did. Like, I thought those two were going to kill each other. It was wonderful.
It went pretty long. It went longer than the FTR match. The FTR match ran less than the women's match.
I would like to check this, but I think this is the longest women's match on pay-per-view that doesn't involve Mercedes.
That makes sense. It did feel long when I watched it. I went, they're giving these girls a lot of time.
Yeah, and I'm glad they did. It really, they deserved it.
Yeah, they proved it. Yeah. Right.
From there,
we came on to...
we get into the end of the C2.
The end of the C2 and the end of Jon Moxley's story for this year. It is a slow, methodical match that I couldn't fucking stop watching. It's so substantially not as good as the other two matches on the night.
It's not. No, it's not as good.
It's so watchable, though.
Yeah. Well, especially because, like, so in the Mox Fletcher match, in the stupidest spot in the world, Mox falls over and chips his tooth on the steel steps, and then comes out to wrestle the C2 final, still with that tooth chipped. Like, obviously, he's had no time to go and get it fixed. But, like, oh my god, like, he looks like a little underdog babyface that's, like, fighting for the love of the game.
It's like, it's Okada doing Okada's usual bit. But because the character motivation of Jon Moxley is underpinning every spot of it, no matter how normal of a match it is, the stakes are so much higher. And you can feel the audience doesn't quite know if they fully want to commit to him or if they're like... And it's that turn. This is the moment the turn is solidified where we really get behind Moxley. It's perfectly paced for what it is. For the fact that these two men have already wrestled a match this night, it's surprisingly good. It's nowhere near as good as the Kyle Fletcher Jon Moxley match, but it didn't need to.
No, that's match of the night
because the story is, can Moxley overcome everything he took in the previous match? Can he find a way to beat the best tournament wrestler in the world?
Yeah.
And it does. It takes him
look,
it takes him a DDT and then a Death Raider, and he finally puts him away.
It's genuinely so good. Like, it is one of those things of like, I did not expect that to happen. Like, the whole C2 kind of at every turn blew my predicted brackets out of the water. Like, I kind of had no clue what was happening, which, like, I loved. I love that. The C2 should be unpredictable like that. Moxley winning it all. Crazy work. I genuinely think I maybe screamed. Like,
they have made so many stars in the C2 this year. There were so many excellent matches. I know there's always excellent matches in the C2, but this year specifically, Speedball and Knight,
Kevin Knight,
they had fucking fantastic matches, and they made them look like $1,000,000. Keshta having his slow face turn.
Jack Perry got a convincing singles comeback.
Jack Perry looked good, and I was excited to watch him without Luchasaurus there. That's never happened before.
Like,
the C2 was redeemed, AEW.
Like, I think putting the C2 here, like, at this point of the year, as much as it kind of shafts other parts of, like, the show, the women, it does a lot of heavy lifting and carrying you through the, like, last, like, push of the year. Because you know that every time you show up, you're going to get excellent wrestling. Like, it's just really good wrestling. There's no bollocks. It's just good wrestling.
Pac and Claudio didn't really have much story, but every match they were in slapped absolute arse.
And it's just like, so like, Mox wins. Mox wins the C2. He gets to hold that belt. And then Tony Schiavone comes to the ring and genuinely, in something that would have been unthinkable at the start of the year, goes, "You did it, brother." And Mox cuts a rah-rah babyface promo with the Death Rider standing around him.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't die. Like, they just don't kill him.
Yeah.
It's mad. Like, I have no clue where it's going. I'm delighted.
This is my one niggle, is that I do think they should have killed him immediately after. I think that justifies people getting behind Mox despite what happened to Bryan. I think a lot of people's issue with this is that this guy did kill Daniel Bryan. And I think if you then have the Death Raiders kill him, there's like okay,
I'm
now we can.
So fascinated to see what they're doing with it.
I hope it goes somewhere more interesting. But my gut, if I'm booking this, I'm like, they kill Moxley. That, like, I love this promo, and his promo is like it's about Moxley and his entire character, and it's about his justification as to why he's done all this and finding the magic. Metatextually, it's about AEW finding the magic again.
Yeah. Like, he does such a good job of threading that line of making it about both at the same time, and it doesn't feel that hokey or, like, overwrought. I thought they were going to kill him. Like, see when they all paled in the ring and they were all, like, standing in a line and he's talking, I'm like, oh my god, they're going to kill him. They're going to kill him. Like, he's going to finish talking and, like, someone's going to whip out a plastic bag. And then they didn't. And now I'm looking at them and I'm like, what are we doing here? Because the thing is, all the Death Riders are still working heel. When you see them in their own matches and their tag matches, whatever, they are still working heel. Mox is working face. And in Dynamite, when they cut the promo together, you can feel the disconnect. You can feel it. And I do wonder if we're going to start seeing Mox now has to do all of his defenses under Continental rules, which means the Death Riders can't be there. And I wonder if we start to see him strengthening that identity of him by himself, of him not needing anyone else, of him not needing their support. And it becomes less of a, you've betrayed what we thought this was about, and more of a, you're becoming a threat to us because you don't need us.
Yeah.
I do there's something else coming. I just think it's not taking the path I expected,
I
which
just think that you get
I'm
more
not against.
impact from doing it here.
I
If
think
the
so.
end point is still Claudio chops his head off with a bionic elbow, like
Yeah.
it's more impactful that he wins the C2. We all get behind him, and then they strike, and then that solidifies the turn. Whereas now we're in this murky water where you can like the interesting story to do is like he tries to reform all of them while leading the ref fight. It's like he's like, we've got to play the matches, wrestle your heart out. I
I
was in the
wouldn't
C2, I saw the pure of it, and now you can all feel it
wouldn't be
too.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we did do that. And whether you think he should be successful or not, whether they should just be like, fuck you, no, we do what we want. Um, or whether some of them do go. But the idea of like I don't think they should do it, but the idea of them just sort of slowly reorienting themselves back to being like the tweener Blackpool Combat Club is very funny because then Danielson's on commentary like, so why did I die? So why did you? Because
I
that's funny, but I don't think they will do that.
I would
I could
love to
see
see them turn back into Blackpool Combat Club.
genuinely, it would really make me laugh. I could see some of them doing it. I could see this creating like a schism and them
Yeah,
splitting out.
it's
But
probably
I don't know.
Claudio
We'll
and
see.
Marina Shafir, and probably either Wheater Euler and or Daniel Garcia, and then the other side is the other one of those two, Pac and Mox.
Yeah. Which I don't want Marina to portray Mox, but Marina Shafir should never be a face.
Yeah,
Like
she
that's
hasn't
not a
got the
woman who works
yeah.
face. I'm sorry. She just can't. Like she's a sweetheart. She's lovely. She's a delight. She should not be working face. Like
She
that's
does
just not
look
her
like she's
show.
walked out of like I don't know. She just looks like she's a mercenary killer that they've hired
Yeah.
to be a wrestler.
Yeah. Like she can and like that's great. Like love that for her. But it does mean that she shouldn't be working face, I don't think.
Yep.
I ostensibly it would be very funny though to have Mox turn full babyface and he just keeps Marina around and it's just like don't worry about her. Like
New
it's fine.
pitch, okay? I know you can hate this. So Mina turns on Tony.
Yeah.
Mina gets a new partner.
And it's Marina.
Tony and Marina Shafir as an odd couple tag team.
I would delight in that actually, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
Fuck it, like I don't know, turn Tony heel. Let's do that again. See if that's any better this time.
Yeah. So next up we have the main event of
Yes.
MJF versus Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page for the AEW Men's Worlds Championship. This
That was
was
fine.
fine, but it was more about the individual stories. So it's about Swerve and Hangman. It's about
Yeah.
MJF being MJF. It's
Yeah.
about like will Swerve and Hangman be able to like let each other win the belt?
Yeah.
Will MJF just find a sneaky fucking way to win the belt, which is what he does? And I fucking love it. It everyone did their spots and their spots landed and they were really good and it was building and it was building. Got the hot streak from Hangman. He's gonna win, and then MJF does the MJF thing, and I was like, "Woo! Come on, MJF!"
I think that this is another one where like the match is fine, but it suffers from the build. And that MJF returned and I knew MJF was winning that belt. Like, that's fine. And you know what? I don't even mind a predictable winner because like sometimes they just are. And like that is not a bad thing because sometimes stories are predictable and that is just a sign that you have seeded a storyline well. Fine. However, they did just put that belt on Joe so that MJF didn't pin Hanger. Like that's why they did it.
Yeah.
And I think in retrospect, that's very obvious.
However, here's my counterpoint to that.
Mm-hmm.
The men's main event scene now has about 6 really
Yes.
top players,
Yeah.
because I'm also including Omega in this because of what
Yes.
happened on Dynamite. It's now like super
It's a
exciting.
lot. Yeah, it's a lot healthier. It's just one of those things of like, you know, I feel like we could have got here somehow without doing all the Samoa Joe bollocks in the middle.
Joe and the Ops turning heel, and the whole consequence of that is MJF getting the belt, and they're not working for him, which is, I bet someone pitched that.
Yeah.
Is that like, okay, so what's the dojo, which only existed for one pay-per-view, and what the Ops do now? They just get the trios belt they already have, which I forgot they had, because
Yep.
I was thinking the other day, who the fuck has the trios belt?
You know what? Here's my other pitch. Fuck the trios belt off. Who needs it? Who cares about it? Who remembers it? No one ever. Give us, well, either make the trios belt intergender or give us mixed tag titles, and then just let.
Or
Then you can absolutely validate Tony pissing about in the men's mid card for a bit. Funny.
turn one of the mid card belts into gender, like the TNT as an intergender belt, or the
I genuinely thought the national
international. Yeah, because the
like, the
international is going
national
to be
should
defended
be.
on indie shows, so then you can have indie wrestlers win the belt, and yeah,
That'd be great. And like, if it's intergender, then one of the women could bring it to Eve, and that would be nice for me personally.
what we should
Like,
do
it
is we
just
should
makes
just
more
get
sense.
you to the point in your career where you're a full-time big wrestler, and then you start a promotion, and we'll book it.
Yeah. Like, every so often I'm like, I wonder how you get into doing creative for wrestling, and every response is have money and have a promotion, and I'm like, man, that's a bad answer. I don't like it. Tony
I
Khan
can
just
be an
not let me
authority
book his
figure,
women.
and it will be miserable for everyone.
Like, Tony, just let me book your woman. Like, I have rudimentary wrestling training and also degrees in telling stories. Those are good things to have. Let me do that.
Exactly. That's my only qualifications is I did 4 years in how to tell good stories.
So, yeah, like, it'll be fine. Yeah, like, I'm not super high on MJF. I think he's fine.
I
would
fucking love him.
I would like to see him do different things with this reign, because I think he quite often goes back to the same well for a lot of his heel shit, which is fine, but I just would like to see a little bit different things.
MJF is at his best when he's right. It's like Kevin Owens.
Yes.
These guys are
Yeah.
fantastic heels when they aren't doing the usual heel stick. They do the usual heel stick better than most people, but like
Yeah.
MJF is at his goddamn best when he's right about things. Like he's genuinely right, but he's saying the things that are in a way that like, yeah, you're right, but I don't like the way that you've done it. It's why Swerve and Hangman works.
Heartbreaking, the worst person you know just made a great point. Like, it's one of those.
And like with the Swerve and
Which,
Hangman
like,
feud is great because both of them are right to be fucking pissed at the other and they want to tear each other's eyes out. And
Totally fair.
MJF is the best when he's like, I deserve this belt because I am a fucking good wrestler. And he is. I fucking love watching MJF wrestle.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy his takedowns of people, but when he does cheap crowd work, that's just where like MJF dies. He stops being interesting and starts becoming every heel ever.
It's why I think like the stuff MJF did with Hangman was interesting, because inherently he was right, and also it was about his own insecurity of like, why does everyone love you when you have done terrible things? And quite frankly, he's right. Hangman has done awful things and everyone cheers him for it. And why should we? Like, that is when MJF is right. So I agree with that. But it's also like, well, now we know that MJF's first challenger is Bandito, and I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna have to watch bollocks of MJF cutting promos, making references to Ice and trying to unmask him, and that's where it falls apart for me. I'm like,
has he done that? Is that what he did?
No, not yet, but
Okay.
I just worry that's what he is going to do.
Because like sometimes I enjoy his heel characters. His presidential run was really fucking funny.
Yeah.
His American, his like alt-right American gimmick against Will Ospreay, I really liked. I know that it didn't go well over everyone, but I was watching Wrestle Talk at the time, and he basically put himself over by turning up to the Wrestle Talk offices and doing the news for a week.
Okay, funny. Funny
I was
bit.
like, he's not getting paid for that.
It's just like, I just want him to do something different with this run, which is why I'm not like, ugh, like it's all over for me because MJF is champ. Like, I will see how it goes. Very much the theme of this pay-per-view is everything being set up and me going, I'll see how it goes. But if he does something interesting with it and something new with it, I'm all for it. I don't. I would love for them to not run MJF Osprey at All In, even though I feel like that's where they're headed if Osprey is recovered in time.
Yeah,
Because that's
that's
not a
what it's going
match
to
that's
be.
for me.
It's
I
the
think
main
so.
event.
I think so. Unless we really fucking lock in and we put Kenny over one last time, let him have a short run, and then have Osprey beat him at All In. Because Omega Osprey at All In, that I could be on board with.
I also like the idea of doing the Swerve Osprey rematch. So you turn Swerve heel
Also good.
at some point during the year. He wins the belt to stop Hangman winning it, and then it's Osprey versus Swerve All In. Pretty good.
I do think, like, provided his recovery goes well, provided training goes well, I think this is leading to an Osprey win at Wembley.
Yeah.
Which, like,
he's got to win it at Wembley. He's got to.
He's gonna win it at some point. He should win it in a home crowd. Like, I don't necessarily think that of everyone. Like, I don't think you need to give people hometown wins all the time.
He's the next big thing.
But if you're belting up Osprey, you belt him up in Wembley. Like,
he's currently, like, Kyle Fletcher is 4 years down the line. Knesset Kester is about 3 years down the line. Osprey is the next Hangman. He just is.
Yeah, he just is. And yeah, I if you're gonna make someone a champion, I don't think you need to do it in their hometown every time. I don't think you need to, like, always give people the win. But you cannot pass up the feeling.
He will explode.
You cannot pass up the feeling of a relatively full, if not full, Wembley reacting to Will Ospreay becoming the world champion.
It might be the biggest pop in wrestling ever happened.
Like, it will explode. Like, I'm sorry, Hangman mentioned Ospreay's name in Manchester and he had to stop talking because everyone started singing for him.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't even there.
That's the thing about that promo segment in Manchester and this match. All 4 of those guys are over. Joe is always over. No matter what, you just put Joe in a ring and he's over.
Anything. And everyone would be like, it's fucking Samoa Joe, man. Like, what do you want me to do?
I was part of those sickos who was singing along to MJF's theme. He's the biggest heel in the business, but I fucking love it. I love his theme.
His theme is very good. His theme is very catchy.
It's great.
And it's just like, yeah, like, we'll see how MJF goes. This match was fine. I absolutely knew they were belting him up here.
They need to start having people actually respond to MJF on the mic. Because at the moment, MJF gets on a mic, demolishes you, and then you beat him up, and it's like, but you should be able to match him. Like, that's what you need. I get why a Hangman can't, but Swerve definitely could.
Yeah.
And like, Omega is not the greatest promo in the world, but he is a good guy in a video package.
He's a good guy in a video package. And also, like, again, he's Kenny Omega. Like, unless he absolutely does, like, a fucking shitter of a promo, people will respond to him because he's Kenny Omega.
I'm so glad the reports of him being with the Bucks to stay away from the main card was a lie.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I think there's a chance that when it gets down to it and Omega does get in a main title match, I do think there's a chance they give him it. And it's only because I do think Kenny is winding down. And rightly so, like, he can't go the same way, and that's fine. His body just can't hack it. Fine.
I do think giving Joe the belt and Omega the belt is like, please stay.
Please.
Don't go back. Triple will not do anything with you.
I don't think Kenny will go back. I would be surprised if Joe went back.
Go over the first time, but I mean, like, Joe might go back. I think is the fear.
But you know, it is what it is. Jericho's gone, so like
Jericho's gone. Thank fuck. Have him. Fucking have him.
Like,
I can have one Jericho match a year, just one, and I'm happy. Like I find him a little bit entertaining.
I don't need him at all. Like everyone was like, "Oh yeah, like Jericho's contract expires soon," and I'm like, "He was still signed. I forgot about him. Interesting." Like,
Yeah, it goes out before the Royal Rumble, so he'll probably be at Rumble in
yeah.
Saudi Arabia. So you know what? Take that blood money and go. Same for you, Pug. You fucking coward. Oh my god.
Like that's fine. That is no loss to me. If Jericho wants to retire in WWE, fair play. Like whatever. And it's the same with like if Joe wanted to retire in WWE, fair. I would be sad because I like Samoa Joe a lot, but I do not dictate what these people do.
It would be nice to see him with AJ one last time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's the thing. There are things that would be nice, but we see him.
I love wrestlers having options.
Yes.
I want people to be able to decide where they go. And like, if someone wants to go and do WWE for a bit, and that's fine. Like, there's some great people there. Bailey's there. Io Sky's there. Sami Zayn is there. Kevin Owens is there.
See how long Bailey's there for.
Drew McIntyre's there. I realized I'm not mentioning any of that upper card because they can keep Cody and never want him back. That's my unpopular opinion about AEW. It's something that Cody was shite all along.
That's so fair. And that's the thing. I love that they have options. And honestly, it kind of gives me like, it's kind of nice to have like territories feeling. Like I would, listen, if it wasn't for WWE screwing him over with the non-compete, the idea of Andrade is the funniest thing in the world because he's just like, yeah, I'll just hop back and forth. I'll just mind my business, just doing what I'm doing. That's great. I love that for him. Like, unironically, I know very little about him as a wrestler, but that's funny and good for you, man. Like, absolutely.
In the press conference this morning, he had AEW logo on his New Japan video promo. So
Beautiful.
So whatever happened, I was convinced that the way that he managed to get them to sign it off is that he agreed not to work for AEW for a year. And that was going to be his agreement he'd made with WWE in secret to let him out of the deal. And he would just wrestle everywhere else. But apparently I'm wrong. That being said, where the fuck do you do with Andrade?
Who knows? I think the talk was that his lawyer pointed out they couldn't enforce a non-compete without paying him. And they went, oh, we don't want to pay him.
We don't want to pay people? Why would we pay people? That sounds awful.
We don't want to pay him, but we also don't want him to work anywhere else. So it's like, okay, so you see how you can't do that. And they were like, yeah, okay, fair. Well, we don't want to pay him, off he goes. Like, I think, but that's the thing. Like, him having the option to go away and come back and go away and come back. Great. Love that for him.
As long as he just try to get himself fired every time he wants to leave.
Really funny. Consider this the funniest
Guevara, come over here.
Just fucking, yeah, okay, let's go.
I really like the idea of Guevara standing backstage with a sign saying, punch me if you want out.
All right. Oh, Sammy Guevara, you have such a punchable face. Peace and love.
Well,
that was the show. We got
that was AEW in 2025.
What a year it's been.
What a year. I think the culmination of Moxley is the culmination of AEW's trajectory for the year.
Yeah. Because it really was like, Mox has had an arc that I have been describing as it's so over, we're so back. Like, it really is like worst wrestler of the year, best wrestler of the year. No in between. Incredible work. That's why he's our ace.
He is the Tanahashi of AEW.
Like, unironically, AEW's aces are Jon Moxley and Toni Storm. Like, that's kind of it. And that's great. What a beautiful pair to have as the linchpins of your divisions.
Yeah, it's been a wild year. Thank you very much for spending the year talking to me about wrestling, Bex.
Absolutely. Had a great year.
We'll be back in March for Revolution.
Yeah.
I guess best match of the year for me is Mox versus Kyle. Best men's wrestler is probably, I hadn't thought about it. Best women's Monet, and then there you go. Those are the awards. Everyone does awards at the end of the year. Do you want any awards to give out?
What's my best? My best match of the year is the Hollywood ending, because of course it is. Who's my best male wrestler of the year? It might be Bandito. I might give it to Bandito. I think he's had just such a star-making year. My best
I'll give it to Bandito as well, but I haven't seen his ROH matches.
Oh, his ROH matches are so good. The one with Hechicero is such a banger.
Can I give it to Hechicero?
Yeah, do it. Why not? Everyone loves Hechicero. Who's my women's wrestler of the year? My women's wrestler of the year is Mercedes. It is. But my gimmick of the year remains Toni Storm undefeated. That's my girl. And I don't know. Do I want to chuck in a surprise
feud of the year? Because I'm including the start of it in 2024. But
it's Toni Mariah.
So Toni Mariah is the best feud in wrestling for
best feud of the
ever.
Year. Absolutely, country mile. I will also Hangman Mox is sort of chasing them, but it's Toni Mariah, absolutely. And my most improved wrestler of the year is Marina Shafir, because that's my girl. She's doing great. How far she's come.
Yeah. I think my breakout star of the year is Brody King.
Oh, Brody. Yeah.
I think that man has made himself very, very valuable to AEW.
I think so.
In combination with Bandito. I think Bandito and him have done, basically, they've shadow made this year theirs.
Yeah, and I think that's beautiful. Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. Yeah. Well, there we go. Those are our official awards. I'm not doing any graphics for those. Bugger that. Take that, PWI, and whatever else did the big awards that AEW have been masturbating over the fact they've got them. Sports Illustrated. Yeah, all of you put your awards out before that Moxley Kyle Fletcher match came out. You all fools!
Wait until the new year, like we did.
Yeah, wait for the new year. We waited, and it paid off because we got to talk about that match. And Wrestle Kingdom is probably going to have a good match on it, but it is the new year now, so there may be special episodes over the next 3 months. If there isn't,
we'll see how it goes.
Don't blame me. Blame Steve. There's some options. Watching Time Cop, watching the original AEW show, having some people come on and talk about what shows are their favorite show. I can't do that now because I think my favorite show is this one. I'll just talk about this show forever, and in perpetuity by myself. Yeah. Don't forget to check out Bex's amazing work, written and podcastian for Eve. And where do you write?
Oh, just roundabout. You'll see me kicking about. Just post anything anywhere.
Follow Bex on Blue Sky to get more of Bex's excellent stuff.
And yeah, I'll recap Eve shows every month. I didn't do December's because December is a fake time zone. It's just there's so much going on. But Eve is in fact doing their all women's tournament, the She One, in January. So we will be doing that. It's incredibly funny.
That's a good name. Yeah. I was looking at their March lineup and I was like, I really want to go. And I looked at the tickets and went, there's none left. No.
There's only standing room. They sold out
CT. I'm not standing. As much as I love Harley Cameron, I'm not standing for Harley Cameron.
I would recommend going to the Big Penny show because a lot of the talent are working both shows. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
We'll see. I start my job up in March, so I might be absolutely exhausted.
Yes.
But yeah, there we go. Thank you very much, Bex. I'll see you in the rest of 2026. Until then, bye-bye.